back in 1985 or 86, I'm not sure, I can't remember the year exactly, I played one of the worst sets of my life on bass guitar. And I mean bad. The kind of bad where it's just terrible and it's all happening and there's nothing you can do about it. We had a Grand Ole Opry on the road show and I played with Jack Greene. And he kicked into Statue of a Fool, and I had borrowed a bass that had 5 strings on it, not 4. I'd never played a 5-string, and for whatever reason, I grabbed that low B where the A should be and proceeded to do that walk down and destroy the entire song. And then I was so shook up. I was so young and green, and I was just so shook up that I couldn't find my way around it anymore. Weldon Myrick was in tears laughing. Joe Edwards was trying to help me get through the song, trying to give me the chords. And poor Jack, he sang that whole song and then turned around at the end of it with his hands up and goes, "Thank God that's over." So after the show, we're all sitting at the table together, we're eating dinner, and I was sitting next to Mary Reeves, Jim Reeves' widow. And we were talking, and I was telling her how bad I felt about all that anyway. And then Jack stood up and tapped his glass, and the whole table got quiet. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a $50 bill and says, "Here, pass this down to Bear." And the 50 comes down the table, hand to hand, until it gets to me. And then he looks up at me, he says, "A toast. Get some bass lessons." And the whole place broke up laughing. Mary Reeves laughed, I laughed. And here's the thing. It really didn't even sting, not even a little, because it was Jack Greene. And Jack was so kind. And 6 months before he won every major award at the first televised CMA ceremony in history, he was still playing drums in Ernie Tubbs' band. The man who swept country music's biggest night was Ernest Tubbs' sideman, and the nicest human being I've ever met in 45 years in this business. For the full story, go to the Sideman Show, links in the bio.